Hello, Toddbog here with Breaking the Stream, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Conquest of Elysium 4, the Warlock playthrough. Where we last left off, we kind of just took control of our local area. We met a Pale Ones player, which is appropriate considering in our Pale Ones playthrough, the very first faction we met is a Warlock. And so we took the opportunity to take this silver mine back, just like they did to us. And he's going to kind of leave us alone, I'm sure. So we're not going to mess with him. He's not going to mess with us. These guys here will just run up and kill these snakes. I should really not move as fast as I just did, because that could have been deadly. But yeah, I think overall, though, we're in pretty good shape. We managed to take this giant ant hill mound, and so we just got to eliminate the last of these so no more ants will be spawning, because they're quite frustrating. So nice and easy there. He's run away. That's right, it's my mountain. Alright, let's see, which way do we want to go? We're going to go this way. Just keep a tab on him. He's not going to attack us. And we're starting to build up our gems pretty nicely. As soon as we get those diamonds up, I definitely want to use that as special ability. So we'll do this. And what is it? Late winter, so we're not going to cross this river here. Okay. Nothing to recruit, so we're going to go ahead and enter. Alright, spring is here. Alright. What is this? Ha! Nice. So this looks familiar if you're into pop culture. I don't know. I'll kind of go over it, right? We've seen this before in one of my other playthroughs, so if you've been watching all my playthroughs, you'll probably have seen this already. I believe it was in my Hoburger playthrough, but anyways, we have a white wizard leading this group, able to cast white magic level 2 spells, has Shoes of Flying, so that's cool. Then we got ourselves a Longbowman, known to be peerless among the archer class. We've got ourselves 4 little Hoburgers, which appear all to be the same. We got ourselves a hero, and then we got ourselves an unexpected hero, and then we got a dwarf. So this fellowship, if we'll call it that, is quite unique, and it has a couple of magic items I would kind of want anyways. So I mean, the Shoes of Flying would be incredible in the right setup. So let's cross the mountain here and let's go crush ourselves a fellowship here, huh? We are a warlock, so evil is in our nature? Question mark? Alright, we'll grab some more archers for back home. Call it. Alright, captain for 43 gold. Alright, yep, they decided to move there. Let us do some summons, though, first. Let's go ahead and use your special powers. Get some more water elementals. I want the big boys, though. And Yalios, use your special powers for lesser air summoning. There we go, storm clouds. So, air summoning is important for me because it doesn't do friendly fire. It hits 1 to 4 damage, armor negating, in range 8, and if they hit, it can stun. And it strikes anywhere. So instead of just striking the closest target or something along those lines, it will strike anywhere. So get enough of those guys along a back line, and at their range of 8, which is better than most archery, they're going to just be destroying the enemy army bit by bit. So it's not an area effect, but it is still pretty awesome. So very cool. Alright, we'll go ahead and crush into the fellowship there. We'll go ahead and grab this bridge and check out what's over here. And we'll go ahead and enter. Now, White Wizard, I gotta wait, has some interesting spells. This Solar Rays for 1 to 2 damage, and Blindness at a burst of 25 is easily the most annoying because it can hurt a lot of my army. Fortune, not so crazy. That just makes it 50% chance to be missed. And Sunlight does 1 to 3 double damage versus undead, but only strikes a single target. And he doesn't even know that one, so hopefully he'll just cast Resist Magic a bunch. Quit! Yes, thank you. So we got the Sun Helm and the Shoes of Flying, so beautiful. Alright, let's see. Do I come down and do this circuit? No, let's... Ooh, that looks like something I'm not going to be taking for a while. Iron Golem. 3 armor, 205 hit points. Takes half damage from all normal damage channels. Is resistant to fire, cold, and half resistant to shock. And he hits for 1 to 30 and has a poison cloud that strikes for 1 to 10 poison damage anywhere at a burst of 5, range of 6. So, yeah, this guy is just rough. Poison resistance will definitely be useful, and we could put together a force to target him and knock him out. What is he even guarding, though? A coal mine. That would have been cool to have, but not worth the losses that we're going to ingest there, so... Alright, we got you, what, 7 fire ants? Yeah, let's eliminate you guys before you roam into my area. I should probably come back down, and I think that's what we'll do next. Recapture this area here. Alright, do a recruit. I think we need some spearmen. Little intern there. Keep the iron, because we're going to need it eventually for heavy infantry and or catapults. And so we'll use as little iron as we can possibly afford. Okay. So, we've got ourselves a Hoburger. Or, I'm sorry, Bergmeister is the official class. Vitigus, the Garden Master, huh? So he's got Druidism level 2. Lots of ants. I love the ants. That's one of the tougher summons. Otherwise, it's just a bunch of trash. The ants are definitely scary. These guys will all just melt to my summons for sure and everything. So, speaking of which, Enyalios, let's use your special powers to do an earth summoning. All 4 earth elementals. Okay. So I think we're going to be too much for them to want to tackle. I could be wrong. They could do it. Definitely be detrimental to both of our forces, but you know, the AI is not known for super intelligent decision making sometimes. All right. Meantime, yep, well, that's the best we can do. Yeah, you're gonna leave me alone. I'll leave you alone. All right. Ambushed. This is always not good, especially when you have casters and you can't trust the setup you see here. So as you can see, I'm pretty hurt. That's not good at all. Okay, well, let's find out what we run into. Hopefully we'll destroy them pretty quickly. Hopefully we won't destroy me pretty quickly. Okay, so we're gonna work our way down here like I said, and we'll do another recruit. This time we'll do some more spearmen. Even it out. Okay, so spirits. Casters are nowhere near, so we should be good. And you can see those lightning bolts just hit. Spirits normally are protected by etherealness, which means they only get hit, 25% of the time, as we've shown with our own units. However, magic ignores it, and so lightning bolts are fairly magical, and that's what happened there, so... Ooh, Sayir. These guys have a lot of hit points, so they're beefier than they look, because they look fairly thin and small. And they have 2 decent attacks, so they're pretty cool. They are banishable, though, so the Serum are goat demons of the desert begotten by Azrael, bringer and taker of civilization. After breaking his celestial vows, the angel sided with Baal and sinned against man and beast. Now his progeny roam the desert of Elysium. Priestess of Baal are occasionally rewarded with the Cerium servant, having sacrificed blood in the desert. So yeah, that can be controlled by the faction that was eliminated. So, all right, I think we're going to do a swing around and come back with this force. Of course, you freaking... Oh, see, this is one of those bear-deer combinations I was telling you about. Just looks like deer, but there's 8 of them, and there's 2 bears hidden in there. And there's no reason not to crush them, because we're going to find them elsewhere otherwise, and so we'll do that. It's going to cost us the same either way. We'll do another recruit, this time of archers, building up another force back home. So bears aren't too bad. They have 3 attacks, which is nice, but no armor, so They're going to murder some of my spearmen, but that's why I build them 5 at a time, 10 gold a pop. Alright, I'm going to lose that village pretty soon, but let's see. 6 Solus, or we go and grab some gold. Okay, we'll do that. Oh, not what I want to hit. In case you're curious, I hit the B key for burn forest, so I'll go ahead and snag these. Oh, no, 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 no. I got to take that silver mine back. Stupid ants. Okay, cool. I was going to try and get rid of that graveyard later, but you guys did it for me, so. Alright, what do you got? 109 units. Okay, so these are the clockwork troops here. So this is what the horologist gets, which is basically they use gems like we do. And those gems allow them to summon these clockwork beasts who, like my guys, never heal. And then depending on the gem used, they do different things. So emeralds are probably my least worrisome because they have just the armor. So they're normally armor 3. They go up to armor 4 when using emeralds. So not bad to run into. Let's see. The ruby ones are pretty bad because they have a fire strike. So within range 4, they'll hit 3 targets within, or burst of 3 within 1 to 4, or for 1 to 4 fire damage, which is on top of their normal attack. And then they have, again, the 3 armor and shield. I think that's all he's got is emerald and ruby troops. These guys are the same regardless of what gems you use. So they give you 2 armor, 5 hit points, and 2 attacks. So like a berserker unit, they'll usually melt, but they'll do some damage before they die. Otherwise, this is pretty much trash tier stuff. These guys are militia, so they get them. They get their recruits. We get them 5 at a time for our human troops. They get their Hoburgers in 11 at a or 15 at a time. I don't know where I got 11. So they get them 15 at a time. I was going to go ahead and take over this mine, but we'll have to do that next round, I guess. Okay. Let's see. 10 spearmen, so we'll go more spearmen. But yeah, for that quality, you usually do lose out because like these are their militia. They have 4 hit points, no armor, and they have a staff for 1 to 3 damage. The pikeneers are a little more. They do 1 to 4 damage. They're weak, so they subtract 1. And then they have 2 armor, so these guys are pretty good. But the whole army itself is slow. So that means that they only move 2 spaces on the world map. They have 2 action points, whereas we have 3. And if you have an army of cav, they can have up to 4. Speaking of which, who's got my boots of flying? Huh? Nope. Why'd I do that? Okay, let's transfer. Yo, captain, my captain. It doesn't really change. I guess it doesn't give an extra action point. So. Okay. So yeah, we'll continue to just kind of trundle over here, take control of what we've got here. We're going to have some summons to do soon, so we'll work on that as well. But otherwise, I think we're done for the turn. Yeah, I knew you were going to take my stuff, but that's fine. I'm not ready to hold on to this stuff. Of course, you're there, but that's actually good for us because we wanted to do our summons anyways. Let's see. We've got diamond and emerald, so let's use your special powers to do the diamond summoning. Couple more clouds. And then you... Do we want... Since we've got a good amount of diamonds coming in, I should probably hold on to those and do a storm pact with him. But for now, you're going to use your rubies for some fire summoning. Okay. Alright, so we've done our summons. Let's go ahead and crash here. Some giant ant action there. Go up here. We'll snag that back. And then we'll probably have to crash this just to save ourselves. Forgot to check what was there. This one's 10 units. So we could probably take that soon, but not with this traditional force. Okay. And we'll do another recruit of archers. Very traditional armies. Okay. Another Burgmeister. That was the actual Burgmeister, I believe. Alaric, the Burgmeister. Again, very small army. These probably are my favorite troop for them. It took a while to get warmed up to them, but once I found out our numbers are actually more of a detriment because our crossbows can't get into range once you get too many troops in. You can get destroyed. So these guys gave some lasting power to the front line, so I can thin my melee line down a bit with these guys and allow my ranged units to do their damage. But yeah, they have 2 armor, 5 hit points, but most important, the large shield, so they can block basically 2 to 5 damage every time they get attacked. So those guys are more expensive with iron, but well worth the investment. Otherwise, yeah, it's a fairly tiny army and not going to be too scary, all told. Do I come back or do I press forward? Let's press forward for a little bit. Okay, good. We pressed forward here. We got ourselves, another big source of water gems, so that'll be great. And then, yeah, we'll build off of that. So, all right, so we got these gems here. We're saving up our diamonds this time. So the ants moved, of course. Let's just get them now so we don't have to worry about them. And I think that's it. Nice and easy. Yep, figured you'd take that. It's a low-hanging fruit after all. Alright, at this point, I could do a water summoning. I'm going to wait, though. I think we have a sufficient force to do what we need to do. More diamonds. Not a problem at all. Alright, this army here. Let's get out of the snow. So we're just going to have to go through this way. I can see what's in the tower again and then retake this little area here and work our way up. Alright, go ahead and do a recruit. We need more spearmen. There we go. Do we have a commander for this, by the way? I don't. So I need, when I get a commander, hopefully I'll get one of my apprentices. To recruit, and then we'll be able to use that. So, okay, perfect. Alright, so we got this one here. Yeah, we'll save up the gems for now. So we'll crash there. 2 large spiders, and then, yeah. Alright, water gems are now building up, so I can do the larger summons and see what we get with that. You are just coming down here ever so slowly. Nice and easy. So the Arquebus, I keep wanting to show you and keep forgetting when I get into battle, is a dwarven shooter, essentially. And it's the most powerful archer in the game in terms of damage dealt. It does 1 to 10 damage, which is pretty impressive. However, the other benefit of them is, or the detriment, sorry, the problem with them is they only shoot every 3 rounds. But they're a quality troop when you get them up and running, for sure. So, all right, you're not on a jungle, so that's actually good. Let's see. Let's go ahead and use your special powers here. We'll do a lesser earth summoning. So champion of water, we need 45, so we'll have that shortly. There we go. And, okay, good. I was thinking I might have been stupid in ignoring the gems. That's not good. However, we'll go ahead and we'll buy sapphires for now. Whenever we get trade, that trade can be used to purchase a resource of your choice, and depending on the resource it costs. So, excellent. We'll do that. We'll crash up here, and we'll have ourselves a nice little block of controlled things. Oh, yeah, that's right. So this is interesting. The way the eras work, you have different eras that have different setups for the map. So, like certain eras will have a capital, Liam, which is a 4-square capital that, or 4-tile capital that controls, or that's supposedly the controlling influence in the region. And most of the time, any of these things are usually human controlled. However, occasionally they'll do Hoburger control that I've seen. I haven't seen any other races other than the Hoburgers. But they'll be in charge instead, and they'll be like the civilized race, quote unquote. And usually it's the Burgmeister troops, but in this case, it is actually the Markgraf, which is the evil version of the Hoburgers. So, in other words, they're led by necromancers, so they get the undead here, and they get the little guys. Look at little long dead. But they get the undead as a supplement. Now, between the two, I like fighting these guys a lot more, just judging by their defenses, because they don't get those constructs that we showed the Hoburgers have. The Hoburgers, when they're guarding the towns and are the de facto civilization, they tend to have much more powerful constructs, shooting lightning bolts or fireballs and things like that. So in this case, they've got only 6 archers, 5 of which are crossbows. So I think we can easily take that tower, and that'll give us a little survivability. So I think we'll do that. All right, we'll take a few losses, but what do we bring in? And we're bringing in, come on, 32 units. So we'll see how many we have left. We'll do another recruit here. We'll go ahead and grab ourselves, let's see, archers. And we'll go ahead and end our turn. Yeah, we took some casualties, but we can replenish them there, so that was in no doubt there, so okay. But having this is good because, like I said, yeah, I figured they would come back, so guess we'll do that. It'll clear out the local. Anyways, so we lost 10 units, but now we have a second place to recruit from, which is very useful. So first, let's get our captain back home. And then we'll do a recruit of probably spearmen here, because that's probably what we depleted. Yep, so that was the good call. And what we could do is we can leave the injured archers there to hold on to it. And basically, if they were to take our capital somehow, sneakily, we would still have this, and so we wouldn't be defeated. So that was one of the reasons why we did that. Plus, now that we have the archers in there, we'll have view of the area, and we can just make sure that nothing's sneaking up on us. Although, not as important, but it gives us a second recruit point once our gold income starts going up, and we want to recruit more armies. That's the only way to do so, because you can only recruit once. So let's go ahead and transfer, and we can probably move out with that army there. I think we'll save up a little bit more so we can maybe take the port of Frisia. So we'll sentry you for now. Nice and easy. Again, we're keeping a gold stash because we could spend it all and become a little more powerful quicker. But we're keeping a stash of it because ultimately we want to hire any apprentices that come up. So we got the 50, so we're going to go ahead and do that Storm Pact. And now we'll do air summons at cheaper, and we can summon a champion of air, a commander that will help us conquer the realm. So we'll see what that looks like as well. Because then I believe they could do summons as well that are different. So now he is at a Warlock of the Air. So as you see, he loses access to the Earth summoning, which is the opposite of air. So he can no longer do that, but that's fine. Between the two, we can still do all our summons, and now we can do our air summonings cheaper. I believe it changes his. Yep, it changes all his spells out, and he's got some great spells. So Chain Lightning does 1 to 5 damage, bounces 8 times at a range of 2. So it can just basically hit a whole bunch of guys at a range of 6. So it'll hit the first square 6 squares away, up to 6 squares away, and then it'll bounce from there up to a range of 2. So very cool. It stuns anybody it hits, and it's armor negating, so more than likely it's going to hurt everybody it hits unless they're resistant. So that's good. Don't need the lightning resistance as much. We'll do summon clouds instead, so we can get cloud elementals, which as we see already, we're really good for striking. And then we have sparks, which hits 2 targets for 1 to 3 and stuns. So great spells to have. So I'm very happy to to have that going. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and move here, crash this little village here, and power up. We'll go ahead and do that. We're going to leave these pygmies alone still. Yeah, especially since they outnumber us. Just not worth it for the two. We'll come over here. Oh my gosh! This bishop fish is really deep inland. Usually they don't raid that close, but I guess he's hanging out. So the bishop fish is it's neat. Apparently the fishes also have an organized religion in order to worship their fish god in the proper way. The bishop fish is proof of this and acts like the fish's god's representative in Elysium, freeing up the busy fish god to deal with more important matters. So he leads little crusades on the land with these Ichthyid warriors, which are surprisingly good. I just see fishes and I think they're weak, but they have 1 armor, 14 life, and they hit for 1 to 7. And then, let's see, this is a captain, so he's just a stronger version and a leader. And then we have the regular raiders, which are a little bit weaker, but they have a net, which kind of makes up for it, but they don't have the armor. So as you can see, they're naked. All right, so I think that is it. The 2 archers there will be just fine. We're beefing you guys up, so let's go ahead and get some more spearmen, because we're going to lose some of those guys for sure once we take over this port. But if we can take over this port, we're going to get all sorts of great benefits. So, all right, that is all she wrote for me. Elephant! So the elephant tried to trample, but it can only trample things that are smaller than it, so it failed. All right, so we've got a bunch of clockwork stuff now. That's just insane. So, but they definitely took a beating somewhere for sure. So 62 units. My 50 units here are probably not going to be sufficient. They took the thing I wanted to take. You know what? We're going to stick around here, and we're going to use our special power to summon a champion of the water. Oh, look at that. That is cool. Hello, Anborn. So Anborn of the Frost Giant has a battle axe, and he hits for 1 to 33 damage. He's vulnerable to fire, but he's completely cold resistant. Has a large shield, frost shield, so anybody attacking him in melee will take 4 points of cold damage every time, and it armor negating. He hates fire beings, so might try and kill a few of the units he hates, even if they're allies. So we may have to break out those fire beings. And then giant sized, so he can move across giant terrain. And yeah, so that's pretty cool. But he also has King of the Giants. Well, power a giant, make him a titan. In addition to being huge and physically powerful, is also a highly capable mage who can manipulate his element. So something to aspire to for him. But yeah, now we have a problem here, because we got these fire elementals that may not be ideal for this group. So, oh well, we'll keep that in mind for the future. Yeah, we can save up the fire, and maybe when we get our next apprentice, we'll utilize it. So, okay, good. You get away from my mines. I don't want you anywhere near my mines. This little these manti are just searching for a place to retire. I think that's what they're looking for. We'll go ahead and do some more archers. Set up to transfer. All right. So I think we have a sufficient force. We're going to move out. Giant jellyfish is an aquatic, so it can't go onto land, but it's a pretty dangerous thing. 167 life. Mine tentacles, which will hit in a cone of 10 at a range of 4, and it strikes anywhere. And then it's got poison aura, so everybody who attacks it gets poisoned. So not a fun thing to fight in the water, but we're not worried about it because it can't come on land. So okay. So let's continue exploring. All right, that's a city. And it's got slingers, so they do 1 damage. It's got crossbows, so that's pretty dangerous. The slingers, even though they do 1 damage, remember, since they're always rolling a max roll, they get to roll another die, and basically it's a 50-50 chance that they'll add a damage. So they could add up, but and overall, I'm not too scared of this. I just don't have the sufficient forces right now to attempt a siege like that. So, but soon, very soon. We'll go ahead and come up here and just kind of explore. Basically, I'm getting powerful the longer we go because I get those summons in. So I'm not too worried about that. Don't need to kill the snakes. Will get us down here next round, and then we'll be able to attack. So let's recruit. We got a hero. Let's go ahead and recruit him at home, and we'll go ahead and throw some archers up just for defense. Okay, a lesser fire got killed by an angry frost giant. Oh man, we can't just keep them in the same army. It'll just occasionally happen. He'll murder them. Oh, that's hilarious. Okay, well, it is what it is. We'll figure that out. Let's go ahead and grab this and this. That's so fun. Oh, that's great. Okay. I mean, murder's never great, but if it's gonna happen, that's the best way to do it. Let's kill this bishop fish before he does some sort of stupid crusade against my troops. That beholder's gonna stay happy and alive for quite some time. Yeah, we can easily take this out, and we'll have a port on our hands. That's good. All right, you sir, he's a hero. Oh, he's got a demon whip. So basically, it's got a range 1, and it hits for 1 to 15 fire damage. So as you can see, it reduces his damage. If we were to take that whip off and put it on, say, an archer, he goes to a normal broadsword, which is 1 to 7 damage twice. However, the fire whip is really good on him because he gets the 1 to 15 damage twice instead. So long as we're not going against fire people, that is really cool. Unfortunately, he melts, so anything that attacks him will usually murder him. But for now, you know, it's good stuff. All right, that's everything, so we'll go ahead and do that. There we go. Nice and easy. They're all over the place. I may need to tamp down on some of these armies here. Yep, another fire elemental dying. All right, 67 units. Now you have initiate of the metal orders. I want to really take that town, so maybe I will. Not with the deer in the way, though. Got a lot of attacks that ignore armor, so maybe this is the time to crush this army here. Alright, so what can we do for summons first? Well, first we can go ahead and use our special powers to summon air elementals. Okay, so that's done. We can use your special powers to summon, looks like earth elementals. Okay. So buffed. Again, not really concerned. No crossbows at all. No ranged attacks at all. They all died, apparently. So yeah, we're going to go and crush them. And we'll take a village at the same time. Now this army here is something that I can't take with this tiny army. So we're going to have to be cognizant of that. But they're also very slow, so they won't be able to reach me. If they move towards me aggressively, then I will obviously do something, but for the time being, we're good. Alright, so we have another captain we can recruit. I think we're going to grab the scout, though. That'll be useful. That'll allow us to spot any hidden units so we don't get ambushed like we did earlier. And let's go ahead and grab some spearmen. We'll keep the captain out for now. And we'll hit end turn. So, as I expected, I lost almost all my... Okay, yeah, so good to see. Let's see, yeah, he just hits hard, so... we're going to go down a little bit, speed it up a little. There we go. So those stuns will help. The fire guys we really got to take care of. But yeah, we're just going to speed this up at this point. What was that he did? Okay, good. Lightning attacks were very helpful. Okay, so we took some casualties, but overall, we came out victorious, and we crushed a very large army of theirs. That was quite fearful. So we're going to come up here. We still have fire elementals. He didn't kill a fire elemental this time, so that's good. We have enough to do a water summons, but we can't because we don't have the action points. Because I want to attack here. We've got the numbers now. These guys can't attack through walls. These guys can, though. He can as well. And then we have spell casting, so... Why are you hurt so much? Oh, chest wound. That hurts. Alright. Let's do it. And over here... Of course, everything's taking my stuff. Stupid deer. We're just going to come back and get away from that Hobird player. Alright, so here we did take more casualties along the front line than I expected, but we can definitely recover those. I should have probably left myself some archers. Darn it. Alright. I'll waste some time, but we're going to leave ourselves 5 archers here, so I don't ever have to worry about these animals spawning and taking it from us. So, alright. Let's go ahead and do a recruit. We're going to put some spearmen here so that we can move forward with this army and pick them up here. And go from there. Alright. End turn, and let's see how we do. Murder those. Alright. Okay, so he's come back. And we finally see our Pale One friend again. 70 units, all fire elementals. Jeebus. Alright, he got himself some penumbrals. Those are really cool. We couldn't get those because we couldn't find diamonds, but and looks like he's got himself some cave cows and these Ohm. I hate the Ohm. I really, really hate the Ohm. So, but yeah, we're gonna go ahead and leave it here. So we've taken this city here. We can replenish our ranks, as it were, either through summons and through recruits. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and do that now. Grab some spearmen, just kind of fill out the ranks, because our front line is definitely taking a hit, but we managed to eliminate some pretty powerful things. So, so yeah, we'll worry about those guys later. And yeah, so we're going to go ahead and end it here. As always, if you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, and subscribe, as it means a lot to us. We're always looking out for those comments, and I love responding to them. Trust me, it makes me happy every time I see it. So it's a great way to end my work day. I come over and I check the comments, and I give you guys replies. Hopefully you're enjoying those as well. So, so with that, I will bid you guys farewell.